Okay, so I can't put this off anymore. I've got to tackle the backlog, so it's time to tackle an unboxing and review of the Vindicator Laser Destroyer. Let's get started then. It comes in one of these quite well made but pretty boring boxes. SM Demos Vindicator Laser Destroyer. I wonder if they're ever going to make a like a later pattern laser destroyer as well. 15 plus, so don't be a child, I suppose. And then this is how it comes. We've got some bubble wrap. You can see it's not that old because the bubble wrap hasn't gone down. We've got some resin parts that we'll take a look at in a second. And then this looks to me to be a full Rhino set of sprues. So we've got the two side plates and the top plate front. Yeah, so this looks like a full Rhino kit. Cool, you can see how old this is. There's always blank spaces in it. Here's the bottom bit, more tracks, two side panels, base plate. Yeah, so this is the whole kit there. This was made on or checked on the 21st of June 2022. So not that long ago as I record this. And this is your normal bit of paper that you get with it telling you how to treat the resin and how to build it, sort of. The tools you might need, getting rid of gates. It's not our fault if it's all wonky, how to melt it back. Here's a range of paints that they don't sell anymore, and two model masterclass books that they also don't sell anymore, but are incredible if you can get hold of them. Really, really good. In addition, we get, oh, you can tell this is an old kit. These are the old Imperial Armour instructions. So this is back when they were sort of like hand designing these models. And this is literally just a photocopied bit of paper showing you the parts. Then build a plastic Rhino. We're not giving you instructions, just get on with it to this point. Stick them bits on. There's a laser destroyer bit. Glue them together. That's it. So these are not a kit for a beginner really. They're probably not your best first Forgeworld kit if you're going to go down that route. You do need a little bit of experience to be able to put this together because these instructions are terrible. They're not the worst instructions I've seen. I mean, build a Rhino and then add these bits is quite good compared to some of the ones that I've seen and got. So I'll take that. Let's get that out of the way. And let's take a closer look at what's in the bag. So we get one of these nice Forgeworld bags with all the parts we need. And let's take a look. So here's our top plate. A little bit of flash, but that's okay. Random hole in it, which I'm not sure why there's a hole in there. Look at that. How bizarre. Because that's not a bit that you're going to cut out, but I don't think you'll be able to see that once the laser destroyer's in there anyway. Few little scratches and things, but that's nothing worth worrying about. That's a bit graunchy along the side there, but that'll buff out as well. So all in all, that's not a bad bit of casting. Let's see. Let's have a look at the two side panels. It's a little bit warped, but nothing we can't sort with a hairdryer or some hot water. There's no slips or anything in there. That'll all cut out. That's all flash. Yeah, not bad. That's one side. And then the other side. Yeah, another nicely casted piece. A little bit of warp, but we can deal with that. Nothing too exciting. Cleaning all that flash out of that vent is going to be a little bit annoying, but nothing. Yeah, we do that with a scalpel. We should be fine. So yeah, that's not bad either. We're pleased with that. That's the gun shield. Ooh, look at that warp. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that is well warped. But there's no bubbles or anything, so again we can fix. Warping's not a problem. You just heat it up and gently sort of straighten it out. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal. It's bubbles and mold slips that are scary. So we've got a couple of bits here. That looks like oh, that's our dozer blade. Yeah, that looks alright. And then this is our exhausts. And I think we've got away with that. There's a little bit of a bubble there. You can't really see it in the camera. Yeah, nice. So far, this has been an excellent kit. Bits of the laser destroyer. Sort of the barrels, again, nice and clean. Nothing really to worry about there. More exhaust pipes. Beautiful. What are these? These look like the heat shields on the side of the gun. Now, these are going to be an absolute bugger to clean out. But it's just time consuming. It's not difficult. Use a sharp scalpel and scoop those out. Top hatch, and looks like a combi bolter. Again, look at that beautiful detail in there. Really neatly drawn out. You don't need to drill it because it's drilled it itself. Beautiful. The bag. Some cabling comes off the top. Any slips or anything? No, not even a mould line. Oh, there's a little mould line there. We can clean that up though. It's incredible detail in some of these bits, considering it's such an old kit. And then you've got the end of the gun barrels and some sort of mounting bracket. Again, no slips or anything. So all in all, this is a beautiful kit. It's been put together really well by the looks of it. I can't find any sort of major flaws or anything. So I'm looking forward to building it. So I'm going to cut here. I'm going to get the soapy water out and give it a scrub. Get it built, and then you're going to rejoin me with a beautifully built, hopefully, laser destroyer. Okay, so here it is, all finished and complete. Total build time was about 3 hours. It's not too bad for a vehicle of this size. It's gone together relatively well. Most of the parts didn't need too much cleanup. There was quite a bit of warping on some of the parts. The two side panels here were quite warped. The guns were quite warped. In fact, if you look at it, and I'm just looking at it on the camera as well, it looks like this top one is still slightly warped. This is not the worst set of like clustered guns I've built. It's a lot better than the Tau burst cannons, but it's still a bit of a bugger to get that to line up. Like I said, the sides were quite warped as well, so they needed quite a few attempts to heat up and put back together again. As for some scale comparisons, this is it next to an Incursor Sergeant. The top of his little scanner thingy comes more or less to the top of the main sort of like hull edge here, but it is a little bit shorter. So that's a Primaris guy. Here's a Dreadnought. Again, it's a lot bulkier than a Dreadnought, but the Dreadnought's much taller than it. Now to talk about the kit itself, it's fantastically detailed. You've got some lovely sort of mechanical here. You've got the combi bolter and the exhaust stacks and that. They're all drilled out, so they look really great. This sort of section on top here, I really like these cables on top here because they are designed that you can, there's air underneath them, which is just going to add a little bit more 3D detail and make it look just that bit nicer. It was an interesting kit to build. It was not particularly hard, but I certainly wouldn't recommend it for your first one. It has got those stupid old-fashioned photocopied instructions which start off with build a rhino, which is not ideal, and at no point in the instructions that tell you how to put the tracks together. So if you don't know how to put the tracks together, you are buggered, which isn't great. And there was a little bit of cleanup and stuff to do, so it's certainly not a beginner's kit. If you're looking for probably an easier kit, if you're just dipping your toe in Forgeworld, maybe something like one of the Sicarans would be a lot easier to build, or the Leviathan Dreadnought's a particularly nice kit. Fantastic instructions, really goes together quite well. And with the price rise on this, it's not too much difference in price. Saying that, I don't regret buying it. It's a lovely little kit. It's going to look great when it's all painted up and on the tabletop. And you wouldn't be making a mistake if you bought it. It's just not the easiest kit to build if you're not used to doing this. Anyway, so if you like this style of video, please leave it a like, leave it a subscribe if you haven't, but remember to do it responsibly. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to take a look at, and if this style of video is something that you are interested in, and I'll look at making a few more. But in the meantime, enjoy your hobby, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.